pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, see. All right, guys, we want to open up the planning and zoning meeting.
No, Board of Adjustment.
Morning. Is the Board of Adjusters first?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. We'll open up the meeting for the Board of Adjusters first. If you would, Ms. Connie, roll call, please.
Okay, Mayor Frazier.
Here.
Councilman King.
Here.
Councilwoman Fleming. Here. Councilman Kuhn.
Here.
Councilman Florence.
Here.
Town clerk. Here. Town attorney.
Here. All right.
President King.
What are the adjustments?
Yeah, this is
First,
the adjustment meeting. Item number 1 is addition, deletion, changes, approval of agendas. So if there's no changes, Ms. Connie, we have any?
No.
All right, just need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
Make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Second.
Good, got a second. Good, all in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. All right. Item number 2 is approval of minutes.
There aren't any?
There are none?
No. We haven't had a meeting in
All right, so
forever.
we just scratch through item number 2 then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Item number 3, at this time, we will open for public participation. Yes, concerning the variance for Gwynn Farm subdivision. So there's a 3-minute time limit. If anybody wants to speak on behalf of the variance, Ms. Connie, step to the side. Please step to the podium and state your name. So it's time to open it up for public participation. All right, we will go ahead and close public participation, move to item number 4, which is new business, and that's number 1, which is Dalton Kurtz. Approval of variance request to eliminate the requirement of curb and gutter for Gwynn Farm subdivision. So is Mr. Kurtz.
You guys need to state the name, address?
Yeah, if you would, yes, sir. So
Dalton Kurtz, Project Manager, North Florida Professional Services. My home address is 21313 180th Street, White Oak, Florida, 32060. The reason I have filed this variance request is because based on the densities in the subdivision, when you step down to 2 dwelling units per acre or a half acre lot, the roadways I normally want you to do curb and gutter, you're right on the line as to whether or not that's actually required. Oftentimes we try to steer away from it because you're then conveying water through the use of concrete curb and gutter. None of that water is going to have a chance to percolate or go to the roadside ditches. This whole subdivision is going to be designed to convey water with roadside swales as much as possible versus keeping them in a concrete gutter and piping them from one side to the other. And adding this into the plans would be hundreds of thousands of dollars of added costs. And the other big thing is none of the other subdivisions in the area have it. In the interest of staying consistent with this, lowering project costs, and more efficient drainage, we would prefer not to do concrete curb and gutter out there. That's primarily our main reasoning behind it. Do you all have any questions for me concerning this?
This whole paving on this road, I mean, even with severe weather, then there's no concern of flooding
No, sir.
nowhere
No.
on the whole property.
No, sir. We've had 45-page geotechnical engineering report done out there. The soils are outstanding, and our ponds altogether, I want to say I've got roughly 20 acres of ponds out there to hold all this stormwater and piping water with an impervious surface. None of that water is going to percolate versus if you send it into a roadside ditch to eventually make its way to that pond, the whole time it's traveling to that pond, that roadside ditch is going to absorb some of that water. It's going to percolate in there. Pipes, concrete curb and gutter, don't let that happen. That's our primary reason behind all this. Any other questions?
Just something you guys had to run past water management district?
No, this was strictly local. This isn't really something that was on their radar.
I mean, but you don't have an ERP in this?
Oh, no, we've got a full water management district permit application. I actually received the second RAI on Friday, but curb and gutter on their end is not a concern. They don't care how you move the water around as long as it falls within their standards. You can use roadside swales to increase ton concentration and your percolation. They're all for it.
Okay, so this is something they would support.
Absolutely, yes. Any other questions?
Yeah, is that considered flood zone or no?
No, it is not. No flood zone, no wetlands out there.
Gotcha. I know that a lot of residents here in Fort White here recently have received letters from Columbia County saying that the property is going to be rezoned. I'm one of those guys. And my subdivision, I live in one of the subdivisions that you're talking about. And they're saying that my subdivision is actually in a flood zone. Or it's being said that it is.
On yours, it might be.
Well, mine butts up to the wind farm.
On wind farms, it's pretty darn high and dry. We have 0 flood zones and 0 wetlands on ours.
Well, that's what I thought about ours too. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's zoned as, it's not another flood zone right now. But they're saying that a lot of property here in Fort White now is being relooked at and saying that it could possibly be changed to flood zones.
They haven't released any of the new flood zone maps.
Some of what we have seen of it, it is a little inaccurate. They've got the elementary school and the high school flood zone, and I think that's every flood
I don't really have enough. I know the people who's doing this, and they're top-notch people. And I know the people that live out there is top-notch people. You know, I'm just looking after the people that live there, but I know the people that are doing this too is, I mean, they're not, I know they're not trying to hurt anybody with it.
Yes, sir. I mean, we're playing by the rules. And
Yeah, I understand.
going above and beyond. But you guys don't have any other questions for me? I'll go ahead and take a seat.
Thanks, sir.
I don't
Appreciate
have
you.
nothing.
Are y'all, is the board in favor of approving the variance to eliminate the requirement for curb and gutter?
Is there any discussion before they vote on this?
That was what the public participation was. Before, I mean, we can,
Well, I didn't understand it. I thought it was on another subdivision.
yeah, no, sir. No, sir. That's the only thing that's on the
I'd like
agenda.
to speak if I could.
Yeah, I would encourage public
Yeah,
participation.
well, I did.
We'll give you 3 minutes, sir, okay?
My name's Dickie King. I live out there on the Hollywood property.
Yes, sir.
And I know behind Christie's house, that field goes down. And it does hold water out there. And I know that y'all start putting wells out there, septic tanks out there. I think that's gonna affect the aquifer out there. If we're gonna go and build a house out there, it looks like people are gonna build houses out there. They need to do it right. Need to make it an upscale one and not a low scale one. We got family that's gonna grow up in here, that's already growing up in here and living around here. So if we're gonna do this thing, let's get it right. Let's put the gutters in there, let's put the sidewalks in there, let's make it a nice one. Let's make it something that the people that come out there and buy are people that can afford a nice place. We don't want the lower class people coming out there and putting cars out there and stuff. And we have a problem out there with cats and wild dogs and feral cats and stuff. So when they come out there on the property and tear into our trash, they get lead poisoning. And I was out there with my grandson this morning, target practicing with a 22. We shoot a lot around there. Troy and them have 4th of July fireworks out there. And fireworks are going off. So, you know, if they're going to put something out there, which I know they're going to probably do, I would do it first class. I wouldn't go half-ass about it.
Yes, sir.
And I'd put curb and gutters, and I'd do it right, and I'd see about a septic, sewer line, or sewer system or something to put in out there. Because our water now is good. And if it goes bad, then we got to put deeper wells out there to get to good water. The other thing is, how is the zoning, are they going to incorporate, they're worried about getting incorporated in the zoning out there and having to pay city tax, city water and all that, which for years never had. If, is there a decision on trying to, I'm speaking on some of these people that don't know how to speak or scared to speak.
Yes, sir.
Are y'all gonna try to zone that city zone? Because right now, it's just, we're just, in that area, we're the only ones that aren't zoned now. Everything else got slid under, when nobody ever knew it was gonna be zoned. So, just want y'all to think about that before y'all make a decision on this thing. It ought to be top notch if you want to do it so that in years to come, it won't be some area like you see around other parts of towns with cars parked up out there and motors on the side of the road and stuff like that. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Anybody else want to kind of want to speak? All right, we'll bring it back to the board now. Ms. Connie, did we have prior conversation that if the subdivision was, I'm trying to remember back.
The property has been annexed into the town.
Right, but I'm saying, did we have prior conversation about when the sewer, I know they will on water, so there won't be no wells there, but as far as the sewer, wasn't it going to be a?
When sewer is available, they've agreed
To
to,
tap into the sewer?
yes.
That's what I thought that was.
A development agreement needs to be done for that.
I thought that was the agreement.
Yes.
I know we got some new board members, so trying to bring them up to speed.
And the water line's coming down 18, which comes right by it anyway, which is gonna be, like Stacy said at the last meeting, that's coming.
Right.
They're working on that.
We
Like the end of
guess
this
they
month,
said
I
about the
think.
sewer, so I knew we talked about sewer and sewer came in
Yeah.
that we were going to.
But as far as the water goes, yeah, the line's coming down 18, so.
As far as their property being annexed in the city, then we can't do that unless they want it, right?
Which properties are you referring to now? A certain
I mean,
subdivision?
we can't just,
Well, what they're talking about, they're talking about the part of the
they live on the front side of
They
the.
kind of, yeah, they live on the far